Hey guys, welcome to JasonWhiskyWise. Myself, Jason, bringing you whiskey review number 81, and we're on our way now to the 100th review. And today we're going to review another one from Arran, which is the Arran Madeira Cask. So the Arran Madeira Cask finish is going to be my third installment from the cask finish range, and I'm currently waiting on the Amarone cask to be delivered to me. So as soon as I have that, I will review that whiskey fairly soon. But in the meantime, we'll review this, and we'll start off with my whiskey review style structure, which starts off with the age on this whiskey. So, the Arran Madeira Cask finish is, in terms of age, is a non-age statement whiskey, bottled at an ABV of 50%. The cask selection are traditional whiskey casks, or traditional oak casks, and I believe they're for 8 years, following the Sauternes and the port cask, and then they're finally finished off in a Madeira cask for the rest of the maturation. Now the distillery itself is the Arran Distillery, which you can see over there. The parent company for them are the Isle of Arran Distillers Limited, and they are located in, well, the Isle of Arran, which is the islands of Scotland. Now the price point on this one over here, or actually that bottle over there, is £43. So in line with all the others, they're all at £43, which I think are very spot on value for money whiskies. Now in terms of exclusivity, that is not exclusive. It is part of a core range, so you should be able to find it in many places. And in terms of caramel color, well, you can see this is quite a nice lightish color. See that? Put it in front of my face. This camera's got face detection, so it's kind of a nice light straw gold. So it's no caramel color added to this. So in terms of appearing or assessing the color, I'm going to go with a straw gold. Now, if you would like to pause the video before you get into the tasting notes, be sure to do so if you have a dram of this, and pour yourself a dram, or maybe you've got a dram with that, and that way you can sit alongside me and tell me what tasting notes you pick out in accordance to mine. But without further ado, I want to say it's a straw gold in appearance. Let's get our way into the nose. So to work our way on the nose for this whiskey, it's rather actually impressive for me, because you do get that little bit of ABV just holding itself out ever so gently, and if I add a little drop of water, it'll completely change the whiskey, and it will remove that sort of ABV burn on the nose. But working our way through that as we do, I'm getting a lot of raspberries on this one. It's like full raspberries, and then you've got like a separate section where you're getting like raspberry jam, and you're just taking like a proper whiff of that. Even a bit of raisins, quite sort of, they've been soaked a little bit of time in their own juices. Icing sugar, giving that little bit of sweetness, and even red pears. And this is something I don't really pick out. Like recently I've been picking out green pears. This one completely different. Red pears and a slightly tangy orange zest working its way through. And even a little bit of blueberries. So a lot of berries going to this whiskey, or a lot of berries sort of on the nose of this whiskey. And it's like blueberries, and when I say blueberries, I'm like they're coming towards the peak of their times, or they're just perfectly getting ripe. That's sort of the aroma you're getting. Like if you had them in a box and you just give them a shake, and some of them just bursting out with the flavors, that's how I'm picking it out. So really lovely. I really like this one on the nose. Next we'll work our way into the palate. So working our way into the palate for this whiskey, it does start with a nice medium full texture. I started with medium, went to medium full because it becomes creamy, a little bit chewy, with a little bit of this more. Now these berries are really just fully coming into flow. You're getting these blueberries, a combination of raspberries, red currants, even goji berries. I've been into a lot of berries recently, so picking out these notes are very simple, especially because the Madeira cask really imparts this really nice flavor profile. It's actually almost like a cheesecake, if I have to be honest. It's like that creaminess you get coming underneath those sort of berry notes. It's like you've taken like a Crete cheesecake and a sort of like a dessert character, and you're just dropping, sprinkling these different berries over the top, cutting a piece, taking a bite, and what you're getting, it's almost like it's melting in your mouth with those berries, and you're chewing into that nice vanilla sort of base of that sort of creaminess from the actual cheesecake, but not actually getting into the sort of biscuity base of that. You do get a little bit of a citrusy character just on the back palate and the mid palate as it works its way. It's got a nice sort of waxy coating that I'm finding more on the right hand side of my palate. with a sort of soft peppery spice, and it's ever so faint. So I'm going to have a second sip just to confirm that. So more than a peppery spice, I'm actually going to say it's like a slight nutty character with it, and then that pear comes through really nice and rich, and this is like a very sort of overripe conference pear. And as you start taking a bite of it, it's like almost crumbling and melting in your mouth. Really, really nice. And then I'm getting that vanilla character coming through. Again, that nice creaminess which just really rounds it off really well on the palate. So I'm really finding this one really nice. So a lot of reallys. Really good. So, next, into the finish. Working our way into the finish for this whiskey. The texture, or the sort of the finish more or less, because of the creaminess, it holds up quite well into the finish, and so you get the nice creamy medium finish of this whiskey. A combination of red plums with a sort of oily sort of mouth coating feeling with red fruits, cherries, raspberries. All these different flavors are combining very well. Maybe even a bit of sultanas, and it reminds me of almost like a clementine segment, not a full clementine, just a one segment, giving that burst of citrus character as it sort of holds out and then finishes. Really nice. I really like this one a lot more. If you guys haven't seen my reviews into the Sauterne or even the port cask, be sure to check them out. But I'm a big fan of port, but this has actually converted me into a big fan of Madeira. So I'm giving this one an 88 out of 100. I think that bottle over there is just really, really good. In terms of my overall comments, the ABV does hold out much stronger than all the other ones I've reviewed so far in the past from the Arran range. Give it the time, it will be so much better. That ABV just sort of dries off, and then you get the more fruitier flavors coming through. Would I add water to the whiskey? Personally, no. I like the way this whiskey is. However, if you need to add water, match it to your palate. And at the same time, in terms of money-wise, I really don't see that many Madeira cask finishes on the market. I have tried the Glenfiddich and the Balvenie 21 Madeira. I feel this one is much more superior than those, and that's, I've tried a lot of cask finish whiskies or these different finishes, and I feel that was probably the best Madeira cask finish I've ever tried. So I'm giving it like an 88 out of 100 in terms of that point, in terms of quality, in terms of value for money. And in terms of the overall sort of way I'd say in a sentence, it's more like a creamy red fruit. You get the creaminess, the red fruits, just so enjoyable, and lots of berries. Really, really great whiskey. So if you haven't tried the Arran Madeira cask, personally, that's my new favorite from the cask finish range. I'm looking forward to trying the Amarone cask quite soon. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to wrap the review up here because it's almost pushing 10 minutes. If you have enjoyed, by all means, feel free to drop it a like. I'm going to leave the subscribe button over there. Feel free to drop it a subscribe as we are closing in. And I'm planning on doing a giveaway when I get from 90 to 100. So in terms of my reviews. So there's going to be quite a few giveaways happening at that point. Also, guys, I'm going to leave the Arran whiskey for the Sauterne, the port, and the Amarone, I'll leave it over there. But on that note, this has been JasonWhiskyWise. If you have enjoyed, drop it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you all for the next video.